Cause we laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian. Again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Belleville West High School. I am Todd Duke, and we're going to have some fun tonight. We got a little Lady Kahok basketball action for you. We have not had a Lady Kahok basketball game on these very parts of YouTube since December the 20th, and that is due to, of course, everybody knows, COVID, and more COVID, and it has affected this game here tonight as well. So it is what it is, and we're going to go on with life and continue to move forward. And right now, that means we have Lady Kahok basketball for you here on the Kahok Sports Network. As your Collinsville Lady Kahawks get ready to take on the Belleville West Lady Maroons. As I mentioned, my name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show. Tonight sponsored by Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape is home of the Kahok chicken sandwich. Cafe Agape been doing their thing since 2012, coming up on their 10-year anniversary. And their thing is offering some of the best home-cooked food in the area. And don't forget about the catering. They can cater your wedding reception. They can cater your business luncheon. Any meetings that you might have, they can hook you up. And how do you do that? 345 Cafe. That is Cafe Agape's number. Again, that number is 345-2233 for Cafe Agape. Kahawks come into this contest with an overall record of 14-11. They are 3-3 in conference play. Belleville West, they are 10-11 on the year, and they are 2-4 in conference play under their head coach Clayton Fisher. Collinsville's head coach is Colin Moore. He is in his second year as the head coach of the Collinsville Lady Kahawks basketball program, and he has an 18-24 record in the 1+ years so far. Collinsville comes in averaging 46.7 points per game on offense. Belleville West just a little bit better than that at 50 points even. Defensively, Collinsville averaging 44 points even, giving up to the opponent this year, while Belleville West just a little bit better than that at 45.5. So in other words, these two teams are pretty evenly matched, and the Kahawks, they are Coming off of another win, and that was 3 in a row for them after they captured the consolation championship in the Highland Midwinter Classic over the last week. They lost to opener to Teutopolis 59-24, then won 3 straight games, beat Hillsboro 45-42, beat Belleville West, this very team here, 48-42, and then beat Nashville 57-39. Jenna Scheller was named to the all-tourney team, the second team all-tourney team in that contest, and Collinsville coming into tonight has won 5 of their last 7 and 7 of their last 10. And in that Belleville West game on Thursday, Jenna Scheller had 16 points. She led the way, and freshman Talisha Gilmore had 13 points. She had 16 rebounds in that game, and that was the 48-42 win over Belleville West on Thursday. And in that game for Belleville West, actually not that game, but later on, we'll tell you about the game before these two teams met, and we'll fill in some blanks as far as the opponents as well. But right now we take our first break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show. Had a chance a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville head coach Colin Moore, and that conversation comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carryout with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're covering some girls basketball. I know, it's been a while, like 2021 it's been a while. But here we are, we're at Belleville West, a conference matchup between your Lady Kahawks and the Maroons of Belleville West. And joining us now is Collinsville's head coach, Colin Moore. Well, let's go backwards a little bit in time. We're not going to go all the way back to December 20th, but the just completed Highland tournament, you guys ended up with the consolation championship. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
I guess the best part about that was we beat Belleville West after losing them early in the year, and then we came back the very next game and beat Nashville pretty handily after we lost to them beginning of the year. So it's nice to always beat teams second time around to show you improved a little bit. That tournament in particular, Megan and Jenna figured it out and just pretty much dominated and kind of carried us through that tournament. It was fun to watch.
You mentioned Megan and Jenna. They're the top two on the point scoring list for you guys. Megan stuck at 299 points. She's not going to be here tonight. Right behind her, about 40 points, is Jenna Scheller. Is that kind of how you expected things to go this year?
Yeah, I think when Jenna really starts asserting herself inside, it opens it up for the guards, and they're able to do a lot more. It's kind of that inside-out game. And then we're getting good scoring on the backside with Ella and Talisha knocking some buckets down. And then Jordan's been scoring more of late. So overall, the best two scorers are scoring, so we got to be happy with that.
All right, you mentioned Talisha Gilmore, the freshman in the works as a basketball player here at Collinsville High School. We talked about her at the beginning of the year and how raw her talent was and some things that she needed to clean up. And lo and behold, it seems to me just by looking at stats, she's learning as she's going along and cleaning things up. Give us the report card and the scouting report, if you will, on Miss Gilmore.
Kind of at the beginning of the year, we decided we're going to work on two main things with her. Just keeping the ball up when you're finishing and learning a good power dribble. And now that she's started to learn to dribble the ball a little bit inside, she's had a lot more confidence, not just panicking when she gets the ball. And actually has made a lot of good passes to her teammates. The thing that's so fun about her is, like I said before, the girls feed off her energy. She's a fun kid to be around. We just hope she keeps progressing. I had somebody say to me tonight, man, I saw her play in 8th grade, and I would have never thought she can do what she's doing now in high school as a freshman. So that's a credit to her working hard and just kind of buying into working as a team, too. She definitely works hard, and the kids just love when she's goofy and has fun. So it's fun to have her out there.
And she's really dominating on the boards these days.
Yeah, she's averaging 10 rebounds a game, and that's a legit 10 rebounds. Early in the year, she was getting a lot of offensive rebounds when she missed her own shot. But she's been cleaning it up and getting a lot of defensive rebounds lately. And she just changes the game with the length that she has, especially when we play zone defenses. Really helps us out.
All right, I know that the time to get everybody's seatings into the IHSA and all that is coming up real quick. If it's not already done, I don't know. What are you looking at for these girls? I know you talked about beating Belleville West and Nashville, two teams you lost to earlier in the year. Is it a confidence thing? Is that what we're looking for, focusing on and wanting as we get down to these last 4 games?
Yeah, I think it's just seeing some success. Getting 3rd place in that MICDS tournament really helped them get a little bit of confidence. And then playing a close game against Edwardsville, even though they were missing a few players, just definitely kept that confidence going. And the regional's going to be tough. I mean, with Alton, O'Fallon, Edwardsville, you don't know. We're probably going to be in a regional with 2 of those teams, so you're going to have to beat somebody good in the regionals. So it's just nice to get the wins when you can, I guess.
All right, you mentioned you've beaten Belleville West. You've lost to Belleville West. Here is meeting number 3. What do you know now about Belleville West after 2 games against them that you can use tonight to your advantage despite the fact that you are without Megan Jansen?
We know we got to get the ball inside, and we really stress that against them, since we do have a size advantage, any shot in the lane is going to be a good shot for us because if we can get it up on the rim, we got a chance to get the rebound. So we really want to make sure we don't turn the ball over and just take shots, get shots up. That's what we're trying to work on tonight.
All right, what scares you the most about Belleville West? What do they do so good?
They just play very good defense at all 5 positions. And with Megan usually getting guarded by the best player on the other team, now it's going to be Ella getting guarded by the best player or Jordan or whoever it is. So it's just that the pressure on them is going to be harder. So just handling the ball and just realizing we're going to turn it over a few times and just make sure it's being aggressive, not being scared.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck tonight.
No problem. Thanks for being here.
Colin Moore, your Collins Lady Kahawks head basketball coach. We'll take a break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show. When we come back, we will touch the starting five on both teams. More names and more numbers if we have time. All that and more coming up on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahawk Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878 online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville. 618-795-1333. Online, richesrecordemporium.com. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Once again, welcome back to Belleville West High School. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we bring you a little Lady Kahok basketball tonight. It's a Southwestern Conference matchup. Collinsville here against Belleville West. And we have a couple of helpers with us tonight, Peyton Plummer and Craig Hall from the JV team helping us on the camera tonight. Josh Roseman, his family battling through COVID. Megan Jansen and her family battling through COVID. So we're missing some key players here tonight, but we are here and we are underway. Here are your starters for Collinsville. We have Ella Guerrero, Talisha Gilmore, Jenna Scheller, Katie Bardwell, and Jordan Gary on the floor. And for the Maroons who have the ball right now, Lamaya Terrell, Malia Sparks, Jalen Rook, Takayla Harris-Mickens, and Jemiah Company are the five on the floor wearing the white uniforms, trimmed in a little maroon colors. Numbers on fronts and the backs are in that same color, and they have the word Maroons written across the fronts of their jerseys. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. They bring it down court in their road purple jerseys, trimmed in a little white, numbers in white, and the word Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys. And here is Ella Guerrero for three. That one tips across the rim, and the rebound out the other side will end up out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover against Collinsville, and we'll head it back the other way. After both teams have touched the ball once offensively, no score on the board. JV team lost 53-27. They had a little bit of a rough go at it. They didn't score their first bucket until there was 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Ended up losing 53-27. Got outscored 13-2 in the third quarter. So a little rough shooting night for the JV Kahawks. Here's a three-point try at the top of the key, and that's good off of the hands of Jemiah Company. And Belleville West strikes blood first. They are up by a score of 3-0. Collinsville trying to answer. Here is Bardwell from the near side to the far side. And she'll try to hand the ball off to Guerrero, but that's tipped and turned over. And the Maroons bring it up. Here is Sparks, and Sparks will land herself on the board for the first time here tonight. Sparks come into this contest leading her team with 354 points, averaging 17.7 per game. Collinsville's leading scorer not here tonight. That's Megan Jansen, stuck at 299 points, one more point, and she joins the 300 club on the year. Here's another turnover by Collinsville. And the Maroons bring it back down. Collinsville returns the favor and forces a turnover from the Maroons. So here is Guerrero. She'll try to throw it up to Jordan Gary, but that's blocked by Sparks, and then she threw it back in to the wrong person. Here underneath the basket, Gilmore off the glass and the rim for two, and Collinsville now on the board. 5-2. Maroons bring it up. Here is Rook. Rook hands the ball off to Terrell. Terrell, back out front now for Company. Company just hit the big three-point shot. And a handoff at the top for Sparks, and then over onto the wing it goes. And that is Terrell. Big long ponytail draping over her number. Her number's 1, so that ponytail goes right over the whole number. Top of the key, she'll take a three-point shot. That one rattles off glass and rim. She'll collect her own rebound and circle all the way back around. Here is Rook. Rook out toward the midcourt logo here at Belleville West High School. Over onto the wing now for Sparks. Sparks dribbles and drives, but stops just at the top of the perimeter. Gives it up now for Terrell. Terrell with a hook pass that finds Talisha Gilmore instead of its intended target, which was Company. And the second turnover of the night for Belleville West. Here is Scheller underneath for Gilmore. Couple of bounces underneath the basket. Not a lot of room to move. Kicks it back out to Guerrero. Guerrero dribbles and drives. Takes the shot. Can't get it to fall in. Rebound belongs to Terrell. Maroons work it back up. 4:40 to go here in this opening quarter. 5-2 in favor of the home team, Belleville West. And across the paint, Rook dribbles, gives it up. And now into the paint. Sparks will take a chop on the arm there at the low post near side here. And That one's going to belong to Jenna Scheller, and the first foul of this game belongs to the Kahawks. 4:35 left to play here in this opening quarter. And here is Kiara Baerga Plumy. That'll check into the game for the first time tonight. Plumy will inbound right off the bat, too, and she'll do so right under the wing to Rook. Back to Plumy and then back out to Rook. Rook will dribble her way to the top of the key. Then back over to Plumy on the left side wing, right in front of the Kahawk bench. And she'll dribble for a moment and then pass it over onto the other wing for Rook. Back over this way now for Mickens. Mickens takes a shot. That one's off the mark. And the rebound ends up going out of bounds, last touched by Jenna Scheller. So the Maroons will keep the ball. They'll inbound over there in the corner, far side of the court with 4:16 left to play here in this opening quarter. Boys are at home playing Highland tonight. As soon as we get any updates from Mr. Chris Keller, who's operating the scoreboard at Virgil Fletcher, we'll pass those along to you, as that game can be found on the Kahawk Athletics YouTube page. So those of you with tablets, laptops, phones, and smart TVs, you can watch both at the same time, which I'm sure some of you will. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. And with 4 minutes left to go in an 8-minute quarter, we have a foul. Katie Bardwell will go to the line, and Collinsville trailing by 3. We'll try to make up a couple of those here at the free throw line. Bardwell coming in 12 of 19 from the free throw line, good for 63.2%. And the foul belongs to Plumy. And we're going to have our first timeout called in this game, so we will step aside as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Belleville West High School, Todd Duke is my name. Peyton Plummer and Craig Hall on the camera for us tonight. We appreciate their contributions. Here is Katie Bardwell at the free throw line, shooting 2. Too strong on the first one. And it comes right back to her. Bardwell, 5'9" sophomore, comes into tonight with 57 points on the year. Second one's good. And the Kahawks trim this lead back down to 2. Belleville West brings it up. Out at the top of the key, and a handoff there to Terrell. Terrell will instead give it over onto the side, back to the top of the key. Big three-point shot there, and that one rattles home from Sparks. Malia Sparks now with 5 points. And her team back out front by 5 points. 8-3, 3.5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Opening quarter already over at Collinsville, 15-11. Kahawks have a 4-point lead over Highland after 1 quarter of play. And Guerrero gets her first points of the night, makes it a 3-point game once again. Here is Belleville West, dribble drive by Plumy. She'll take a shot from the baseline, no good. Gilmore is there with the rebound. Collinsville brings it up, and here is Guerrero. Guerrero fires it over onto the wing for Bardwell. Across the paint she goes and has the ball stuffed right back in her face by Plumy. And Collinsville turns the ball over, and then underneath the basket, shot taken, and that's high off of the glass there by Company. And Company now has 5 points on the night. 10-5, a 5-point lead once again. A equation of fives going on around here. Here's Jordan Gary. Jordan comes through the paint, takes a shot, hits the rim. She gets her own rebound, and then it comes out front, and the final rebound belongs to Belleville West. And here is Terrell. Terrell takes a shot, can't get it to fall. There's Guerrero with the rebound. Ella brings it back up over on the far side wing and waits for help to arrive. Pushes one over the top, and Jenna Scheller is there. She'll take the shot off the glass and the rim, won't get it to fall. And Sparks is there with the rebound for the Lady Maroons. Here is Malia Sparks over onto the wing now for Terrell. Terrell from the near side to the far side with a pass for Sparks. 3-point shot from there, and that's her second three-pointer in a row, and that is going to prompt Colin Moore to take another timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, and after the 3-point play, or excuse me, the 3-point play. It is 13-5. I don't know why my other 5 didn't go on there. In favor of Collinsville, in favor of Belleville West. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117.
A drive underneath the basket resulted in a missed basket by Jordan Gary. It bounced off the rim a couple of times, but Talisha Gilmore was there with the rebound. Here is Gary with another dribble drive. Underhand shot. That one rolls across the rim. Gilmore with another rebound. This time she's fouled as she comes down with the ball. That's going to be a foul on the floor. No shooting foul here. Collinsville will get the ball back. They'll inbound from underneath of their own basket as Jenna Scheller will come back in. Merlack came in for Scheller. And now Scheller coming back in, and Bardwell will head to the bench. Inbound pass comes into Scheller. She'll immediately shoot it and drain it. Jenna Scheller gets her first 2 points of the night, and Collinsville has gotten this thing just a little bit closer. Got a guard on these three-point shots because these girls were hitting from everywhere from three-point land early. 13-7, 1:20 left to play here in this opening quarter. Belleville West with the lead and the ball. Here is Sparks. Sparks onto the wing for Plumy. Plumy will dump it off to Terrell. Terrell will dribble drive away from the Kahok bench all the way out front. And then over on the wing, here comes another three-point shot. That one misses the mark, and the rebound belongs to the Lady Kahawks. Guerrero brings it up. 1 minute to go here in this opening quarter. Guerrero underneath the basket for Scheller. Scheller almost fell out of bounds, kicks it out to Jordan Gary, and then back over to Guerrero. Guerrero dribbles inside the perimeter and then just inside the paint, off the glass, good for two. Count the bucket and the bruise against Jenna Scheller. She'll go to the line to try to turn that into a three-point play, and Mickens picks up her first foul. Actually, that's her second foul, excuse me. Team third. And Scheller to the free throw line. 67.9% on the year for Jenna. Good. And Collinsville climbs to within 3. Maroons, they bring it back up with 40 seconds left. On the far side wing, here's a dribble drive by Sparks, and she takes it all the way in off the glass, no good. But she was fouled along the way, and she'll go up to the free throw line for 2 shots. And this one's going to go against Talisha Gilmore. That'll be her first. So at the free throw line, it is Sparks, and she'll hit the first one and improve on that 67.7%. And both good. Collinsville brings it back up. Here is Guerrero in front of the scorer's table. Down to 25 seconds left in this first quarter. Guerrero dribbles and drives in the paint, takes an off-balance shot, and it looked a little weird because she was fouled on the way up. So now Ella will go to the free throw line. That one's going to go against Lamaya Terrell, and Terrell will pick up her first, team fourth. And Guerrero at the free throw line this year, 60%. Collinsville's going to bring in Lucy Montgomery and Eliana Reinhardt here. Scheller will go to the bench, and Gilmore to the bench as well. They'll sit out the final 22.9 seconds here. Good on the first attempt by Guerrero. Second one, good as well. So the Kahawks once again get it back to within 3, 15-12. Belleville West with the lead. And we approach the final 15 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Out front, that's Sparks. Sparks over onto the near side now for Plumy. Plumy Dribbles, picks it up, and gives back to Sparks. Sparks eye to three instead. Takes it in the paint, takes a shot. Can't get it to fall. Rebound put back up. Still won't fall. Another tip in. That's no good. And the ball falls to the ground as the buzzer sounds, and that's the way that the first quarter will come to a close with Collinsville trailing Belleville West by 3 points at the end of one quarter of play. Number two. That's what we have. Second quarter action. That'll come your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420.
Back here at Belleville West High School, one quarter in the books, 15-12 is our score, and we are about ready with quarter number two. Belleville West has the ball. They'll inbound into the backcourt to Malia Sparks. Sparks all the way into the corner now for Plumy underneath the basket, and a foul is going to be handed out to Jenna Scheller. That'll be her second. And to the free throw line will be Jemiah Company. Company, 61.9% free throw shooter on the year, 26 of 42 coming into this contest. Just underway here in quarter number two. Company launches the first. Good. One more coming for Company, and that one is good as well after a bounce off the fat part of the iron. Collinsville bringing the ball back up, trailing once again by, you guessed it, 5. Here's Bardwell. Bardwell almost lost the ball, got double teamed, found Scheller, and now back to Katie. Bardwell over to Guerrero. Guerrero back with her feet in the midcourt logo of Belleville West. Now she comes out over onto the left wing, dribbles and drives, baseline, gives it up for Gilmore. One bounce, Gilmore up and wouldn't go. And the ball rebounded by Belleville West. Maroons, they bring it up. Here is Plumy into the corner. Another three-point try by Belleville West. That one misses the mark, but they get their own rebound and will reset the offense. Plumy from the other side, and that one goes over the mark. And this time the ball belongs to Collinsville. I don't think it touched anything, so that's a turnover by Belleville. Here is Scheller. Scheller underneath for Lucy Montgomery into the game now. Lucy ends up falling down to the floor, and a timeout call by Colin Moore before Collinsville ends up throwing the ball away. So a 30-second timeout coming your way, and we will be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Todd Duke, Peyton Plummer, Craig Hall. We're all back with you from Belleville West High School. 7:03 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville trails by 5. They have the ball, do the Kahawks. Here's Gilmore with it on the wing. Has the ball knocked out of her hands and then gives it up to Merlack. Ricky Merlack dribbles and drives her way over onto the right side. Comes into the paint, takes the shot. She's fouled and will head to the free throw line for 2. And I believe this one is going to go against Plumy. Nope, it is not. It's going to go against Rook. So Rook will pick up her first. It is the team's 5th. And to the free throw line, the senior Ricky Merlack. She is 7 of 19 from the free throw line this year, and she hits on the first one. One more for Ricky. And that's off the inside of the rim and then out of bounds and knocked there by Katie Bardwell, they say. So the Maroons will get the ball. They'll inbound and move the ball forward with Terrell. Here is Lamaya Terrell. She'll hand the ball off to Sparks. Into the corner it goes for Rook. Back outside for Sparks. Sparks over to Terrell. Working it up inside now for Company. And then back outside. Now Rook will dribble drive baseline. And she'll throw the ball away. And a couple over there watching something on their phone almost got hit. Looks like mom and son. And they were looking at something on the tablet. And they almost got hit, man. That ball almost nailed both of them. But it just missed to the row right in front of them. So turnover by the Maroons, and Collinsville will try to see if they can dig into this 4-point lead. Here is Jordan Gary. Gary brings the ball up. 6:25 left to play here in this first half. Gary from in front of the Belleville West bench brings it back toward the bench from the other way. Hands off to Guerrero. Guerrero will back up into the slot and then give it up to Bardwell. Bardwell will dribble her away from the near side or the far side to the near side, and a nice steal there by Terrell off the glass, good for 2. And these Lady Maroons, they're quick and they can shoot some threes too. Forced turnover there, and another turnover there by Collinsville. Back-to-back turnovers, and here is Terrell. Dumps it off underneath, no good. Rebound put back, still no good. And the second rebound, once again, falls into the arms of Sparks. Sparks will send the ball over to Rook. Back to Sparks. She'll launch a three from the top of the key, and that one misses the mark. And then as Jordan Gary was going up for the ball, she got shoved from behind. Colin Moore is hot right now, yelling at the referee. And then a shot by Plumy. And now a foul is going to be called, and now they're going to call a foul against Colin Moore as well. He'll get a technical, and he'll get a warning from the referee not to do that again. Plumy with 2 points. First foul was going to belong to Bardwell. That'll be her first. And they will let Plumy, I guess she's going to take, she taking 4? Or she's taking 1. This one is the one that was the foul by Bardwell. And she misses that one. Now she'll have 2 more on the technical. 3? Oh, number 3 is going to shoot. Okay, now I get it. I'm like, why is he holding up 3 fingers? All right, 2 shots for number 3. Sparks just hit 2 for 2. And that one rattles in. Yeah, that was, I totally understand what Coach Moore was upset about. Sparks makes both of them, and those 2 points hurt. And it's now a 10-point lead. And to make matters worse, Belleville West will get the ball back. 5.5 minutes to go, so there's all kinds of time. Here is Sparks once again. Over to Plumy. Plumy will give it back to Sparks. Sparks over onto the wing now for Company. Company back to Sparks. And then onto the wing now for Terrell. Terrell, an underhand pass back to Sparks. She'll dribble, she'll drive, she'll take the shot, and it's blocked by Gilmore. It ends up out of bounds, but Talisha will get credit for a blocked shot. And we hope that's not the only time. Inbound pass comes into Sparks, just outside the lane, being blocked out by Jordan Gary. They'll kick it outside now for Company, and she travels. 23-13, Belleville West in the lead. Kahok's trying to extend their winning streak to 4 games. These 2 teams met back on December 7th at Virgil Fletcher. Belleville West won 68-53. That was the last of a 3-game losing streak and the only losing streak of the year. Here is Emma Rabashitsky for 3. That one swoops right out. Scheller with the rebound and the putback. That's good. And Scheller gets this one just a little bit closer. We're down to 8. Here is Terrell with a 3-point shot. That misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Belleville West. They put it back up, but not in. This time the rebound belongs to Jenna Scheller. Kahok's bring it back up. Here is Guerrero. Guerrero, one-arm pass over to Scheller. Scheller in the paint, kicks it into the corner for Jordan Gary. She'll send it right back into Scheller. Scheller underneath trying to give it to Gilmore, but Gilmore wasn't ready for it, and it ended up off of her hands and out of bounds. 8th turnover in this first half for Collinsville. 23-15, Kahawks trail. 4:18 left to play here in this second quarter, first half action. Here's Terrell onto the wing now for Plumy. Bounce pass out front for Terrell, over onto the far side wing for Rook. Back out to the top for Plumy. Plumy over to Company. Company back to Sparks. Halfway through quarter number 2. Collinsville trails by 8. Here's Sparks once again onto the near side wing. Rook, and she threw it away. Collinsville comes up with another turnover, the 6th one of the night for Belleville West. And here is Guerrero at the free throw line. Jenna Scheller, sure shot, good. Got to get some of these back somehow. And Jenna's been upping her game from the free throw line. So while you're standing there and a pass comes to you at said free throw line, take the shot. And speaking of taking the shot, that hurts. Rook with a big three-point shot there to get most of those back. And here is Gilmore off the glass for 2. And Collinsville gets 2 of those right back. 7-point lead now for the Maroons. Here is Plumy on the wing. To the top of the key for Sparks, onto the far side wing for Terrell. Terrell dribbles out, and then over here for Rook. Rook across the free throw line. Company bluffs the 3, and Jenna Scheller bit, but it rolls around the rim and comes right down for Ella Guerrero. Guerrero brings it up for Collinsville. Kahawks would like to get some points out of this rebound. And at the free throw line, Guerrero swishes one in there for 2. She now has 6. And Collinsville gets this thing back to within, you guessed it, 5 points. Over onto the wing. Speaking of 5, that's number 5, Jalen Rook. Rook, one-arm pass over onto the wing. Terrell for 3, and that one's a little bit too strong. And there is Jenna Scheller with the rebound, and then a clamp on, a little hold over there by Terrell, and she'll get pegged for her second foul. That is the team's 6th. And a timeout called on the floor, so we will take a timeout as well, and we're back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA storage team, 618-797-6100.
Hello, once again. Todd Duke is my name. We have Peyton Plummer and Craig Hall from the JV team. We're operating our camera tonight. We appreciate their help. And here we have a 26-21 game. Collinsville trails by 5 with 2:19 left to play. Backtracking to the thought about the game at Collinsville on December 7th. That was the last of the only losing streak of the year. Scheller had 20 points in that game. Guerrero and Megan Jansen had 10, and Talisha Gilmore had 12 rebounds, plus she had 6 points. Malia Sparks had 30, and Jalen Rook had 11. They scored into double digits for that Belleville West win earlier in the year. There's a shot by Jordan Gary, no good. Jenna Scheller with the rebound, and she's pushed from behind. So Jenna will be heading to the free throw line. That one's going to be on Jemiah Company. That'll be her first, team 7th. A shooting foul, though, so Scheller is up there shooting 2, and she is already 1 of 1, plus she had a nice 2-point bucket from the free throw line just a little bit ago, and she'll sink another one, Will Scheller. Collinsville back to within 4. I don't think they put the point on the board yet. There's the one that's missed, though, and this time the rebound belongs to Belleville West. 2 minutes left to play here in this first half. There we go, 26-22. That's what I have. Good. Making sure I was on top of it here. Out front it goes, and we have Mariah Jackson into the contest for the first time. Also into the game for the first time is Lauren King. Here is Rook for three from the wing, a little bit short, but the rebound belongs to, well, now it belongs to Collinsville as that ball got loose and came rolling out on the ground, and Rabashevsky was there, and it squirts its way out to Guerrero. Into the corner for Rabashevsky for three. Yes! There you go. Emma Rabashevsky finally hits the first three-pointer of the night for Collinsville on their fourth try, and the K-Hawks have gotten this thing to within 1 point. 1:15 left to play here in this first half. Here is Rook to Company. Company, top of the key, will give the ball up now for King. And King, one dribble, picks it up and gives it up now for Johnson. Into the paint, and Collinsville picks it off. Seventh turnover for Belleville West. Here's Jordan Gary off the glass, no good, but Jordan is going to go to the line after she was pushed from behind by Johnson. And Johnson, of course, just into the game, will pick up her first foul. It'll be the 9th team foul? 8th. To the free throw line, Jordan Gary. Jordan on the year, 61.9%. And Jordan on the board for the first time tonight, and we are tied at 26. Next one for Jordan. Good as well. Collinsville, they have their first lead of this game. 27-26, under a minute to play here in this second quarter. Here is Rook for Belleville West. She'll bring the ball up into the slot, and she'll hand the ball off to Johnson. Johnson over and throws it away. I believe that Lauren King started running with the ball before she had the ball in her hands and took off a little bit too fast. So another turnover. Now turnovers are even at 8 apiece. Here is Guerrero into the backcourt. 40 seconds left to play here in this first half. Guerrero across the timeline. Being watched over there by Plumy. Hands the ball off to Jordan Gary. Gary to Rabashevsky. Rabashevsky in the paint. Underneath for Gilmore. Gilmore splits the defense. Kicks it back out. Bardwell for three. Yes! Katie Bardwell. Oh, what a nice sequence of play that was for the Lady K-Hawks. Collinsville now out to the 4-point lead. 15 seconds left to play here in this first half. Here is Rook. Rook dribbles. Top of the key. Backs it up toward the midcourt logo. 7 seconds left. On the wing. Get a body in front of her. And a ball that's tipped. It's going to go right into the hands of Gilmore, and there won't be enough time to do anything with it. But the 9th turnover proves costly for Belleville West, as did number 7 and number 8. As Collinsville has climbed back into this thing, and they have a 30-26 lead at the end of one half of play. We'll take a timeout, add up all the numbers that we have for you, and we'll come back and tell you all those numbers, and we'll do that here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for K-Hawk fans, before, after, or even during K-Hawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows K-Hawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, K-Hawk fans' pub of choice. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville K-Hawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a K-Hawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahok Educator of the Month Award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Back here at Belleville West High School. Very good evening to everyone. Todd Duke with you. 30-26, Collinsville has a lead at the half. It was not that way after the end of one quarter of play. It was a 3-point lead for Belleville West, who did not trail in this game until late in the second quarter. The Maroons had a 3-point lead after they outscored Collinsville 15-12 in that first quarter. But the second quarter, Collinsville came alive at the end, cut down on the turnovers, made some key shots, and outscored Belleville West 18-11 in that second quarter. So they turned a 3-point deficit into a 4-point lead. And the leading scorer for Collinsville is Jenna Scheller. She has 10 points so far. Ella Guerrero has chipped in with 6, 4 each for Katie Bardwell and Talisha Gilmore. 2 points for Jordan Gary and 1 for Ricky Merlack. Leading scorer in this game, however, is Malia Sparks. She has 12 points, 7 points for Jemiah Company, 3 points for Jalen Rook, and then 2 each for Lamaya Terrell and Kiara Baergo Plumy. Other numbers look like this. Collinsville winning the rebound battle by 1. They have out-rebounded Belleville West 13-12 in this game. Belleville West has one more turnover than Collinsville does, 9-8. And from the lines, Collinsville hit 8 of 11 free throws, while Belleville West hit 6 of 7. And from the three-point lines, Collinsville hitting 2 of 5. Katie Bardwell with a big one there toward the end that second quarter to give Collinsville that lead. And Belleville West, they've been shooting threes all over the place. They've made 4 of them. They have taken 11 shots. And so far, no update on the boys' game in the second quarter there. Last update we had was Collinsville up 15-11 at the end of one quarter of play as they are at home taking on Highland. So that's where we stand right now. Halftime here, 30-26 in favor of your Lady Kahawks, and we will take another break, and when we come back, we'll have second half action for you, and we'll do that here in just a little bit on the Kahawk Sports Network. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place World Champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Back here at Belleville West High School, I'm Todd Duke, and I think I lost my camera girls. We are just about ready to go here. Well, at the very least, the cameras are facing in the right direction, maybe. As the inbound pass comes into the backcourt, here they come. Here is Ella Guerrero. Guerrero crosses mid-court over to Jenna Scheller on the wing. The door's locked. Well, that's not good. It's a good thing you're young. That's Peyton Plummer, everyone. Maroons pick up a penalty right away, and that is Jemiah Company. And the inbound pass comes back out to Bardwell. Over onto the wing for Guerrero. Inside now for Scheller. One bounce off the glass, good for two. And Jenna Scheller adds to her total. She now has matched the 12 points for Sparks. So Collinsville, more importantly, stretches out that lead to 32-26. So here are the Belleville West Maroons with their first touch on offense here in this second half. Out front it goes, and here is Terrell. Terrell over onto the wing, out front, kicked it once again to Sparks. Sparks will back up, give it up onto the wing once again for Rook. Rook being watched by Guerrero. Into the paint she goes, and back out to Company. Over onto the wing for Mickens. Mickens back for Rook, and Rook travels. 10th turnover of the game for Belleville West. 6:58 left to play here in this third quarter. We're just underway here in the second half. 32-26 in favor of your Lady Kahawks. And they have control of the ball. Guerrero sends it up to Bardwell. Bardwell back into the backcourt it goes, over into the front court, and it's Jordan Gary. Dribble drive, and she is fouled on the way up, and that's why the ball hit the bottom of the basket. But no foul, and a rebound to be had by Belleville West. They'll shoot a three-pointer, and that one's no good. Tipped by Scheller right into the hands of Jordan Gary. Gary splits the defense, comes in, high post, takes a shot off the high glass as well. Rebound belongs to Belleville West. Probably an ill-advised shot there. A fingertip roll will fall in for Sparks. And it's 32-28 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks bring it across the timeline. Here's Jordan Gary. Jordan dribbles on the far sideline, and this time she loses the ball, and it stays with Collinsville as it went off of the body of Company down there as Jordan Gary was getting ready to go up underhanded with it, but it slipped right out of her hands. Here's Guerrero on the inbound to Scheller. She'll immediately take a shot. It rolls across the rim, and Talisha Gilmore is going to get called as she reached over the back of Sparks and made body contact. That'll be Gilmore's second. Each team now with a foul here to begin the second half. 2 minutes down here in quarter number 3, and here is the Maroons over in front of their own bench. Company all the way back to Rook. Rook in the slot, gives it up now for Terrell. Terrell dribbles with that left hand all the way back out to the logo, gives it up for Rook on the left wing, far side of the court. Back out for Company for three from the top of the key. That's a little bit too strong, and the rebound falls down right in front of the Maroons bench and picked up by Belleville West. Here is Terrell. Dribbles around Bardwell, takes a shot but didn't hit the mark. Rebound belongs to the Maroons once again. Here's Rook for three. That one skips across the rim, and this time the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Here is Guerrero. Guerrero right in front of her bench. Dribbles away from it to the free throw line, into the paint, takes the off-balance shot, can't get it to go. Rebound comes out front, and the Maroons pick it up. Belleville West brings it back down. Here is Rook. She'll drive all the way, take the shot too hard. Sparks puts it back up, can't get it to go up all the way, and the next rebound belongs to Collinsville. So lots of back and forth action going on here, but no one's been able to score except for a bucket by each team. Here's Bardwell into the perimeter, gives it up for Gilmore. Gilmore into the paint, underneath trying to find Jenna Scheller, but overthrew her. And Collinsville will commit the first turnover in the second half, and that gives them 9 now on the night. 4:49 left to play here in this third quarter. Belleville West. They'll bring the ball up, and here comes Terrell. Terrell gives it up, and Mickens out front now for Company. Company right in front of her bench to Sparks. Sparks over to the opposite side now for Mickens, into the corner for Company. She launches a three from there and drains it. Her second three-pointer of the night. And that brings the Maroons back to within 1. Over onto the far wing, Guerrero in front of her bench. Backs her way into the perimeter, gives it up for Gilmore. Gilmore, one bounce, turns around, takes the shot, gets it to fall. And a whistle as the ball kind of gets away. So Collinsville back out front by 3, 34-31. We are about halfway through quarter number 3. Here is Terrell over to Mickens. Mickens, one dribble, gives it up now for Rook. Rook dribbles and drives, kicks it back out for Company. Company will give it up now for Sparks. In front of the Maroons bench with 3:50 left to play. Here in this third quarter, it's Mickens. Out to Company. Gives it up now for Sparks. Sparks looking for some perimeter movement, nothing doing. Kicks it out for Mickens. Mickens cuts through the lane, but she's fouled from behind by Gilmore, and Gilmore is going to pick up her third foul. Emma Rabashitsky will check into the game, and Gilmore will go to the bench with those 3 fouls. She only had 1 in the first half, picked up 2 here quickly in this third quarter. Inbound pass triggered to Company. Her shot no good, and Jenna Scheller, she did a stuff job, a block job, and a steal job, all with one motion. Here's Guerrero. Guerrero over to Bardwell. Bardwell gives it up to Jordan Gary. Gary from in front of her bench to the top of the key. Over to Rabashitsky, working up inside for Scheller, and that's picked off, and back the other way we go. Here is Sparks up to Terrell. Terrell off the glass, good for 2. Back to within 1 are the Maroons. Scheller at midcourt finds Guerrero. Guerrero, Bardwell for 3. Bardwell can't get it to fall. Rebound, that belongs to Belleville West. They bring it up. And underneath the basket, Company off the glass a little too hard, but the rebound falls down for Sparks. Out front, Terrell 3-point shot, nothing but net. Terrell just gave her team back a lead. And Collinsville now trails by 2. Here is Jordan Gary. Gary over onto the far side wing on the right side. Cuts back in through the paint, gives it up for Bardwell. Bluffs the 3, head fake into the corner now for Gary. Gary, she'll launch a 3. That's partially blocked, and that's off the side of the backboard, but saved by Bardwell underneath the basket. Turn around for Jenna Scheller, good for 2. We are knotted at 36. Here is Rook. Rook out front now for Terrell. Maroons have the ball. And Company takes it in front of her bench. Out to the top of the key. Picks up her dribble and gives it up for Sparks. She'll launch a 3 from there. Allen rolls across the rim. And Bardwell and Rabashitsky were both there. Neither could grab the ball. And slicing right in between them to grab it was Mickens. And Mickens is fouled on the way. This one's going to go against Bardwell. That'll be her second. And now we have a timeout called on the floor. So we will step aside for just a moment. And we'll be back on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Back here at Belleville West High School, Todd Duke is my name. Craig Hall is on the camera. Peyton Plummer helped us out in the first half. Craig Hall helping us out here in the second half. So we thank both of them for their hard work. As we have 1:55 left to play here in this third quarter. We have a tied ball game at 36 each, but here is Mickens at the free throw line for the first time here in this game. 7 of 14 on the year for her, and she'll miss the first one. More girls basketball action coming at your way Thursday. We'll be at East St. Louis for a little Southwestern Conference matchup against the Flyers. Then we return home Friday for boys basketball, another Southwestern Conference game against this very school here, Belleville West. We had Belleville West yesterday for girls bowling, Belleville West today, and Belleville West on Friday. It's a Belleville West kind of week. Here is Jordan Gary to Jenna Scheller. Scheller kicks it out front now for Jordan Gary. She's off on that three-point shot. First one was way short. That one was way too long. And a 1-point lead for Belleville West will remain that way. A three-point shot, that's taken, and the rebound comes all the way back out front. Here is Terrell. Back into the game is Plumy, and a three-point shot rattles and won't fall for Sparks. And there is Plumy with another rebound. Collinsville has these rebounds heading right their direction at the last second. One of the Maroons will step in and take it away. That time, no good. This time the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here's Jordan Gary. Races down the line. Shot too hard once again. Rabashitsky with the rebound. Kicks it back out to Guerrero. Back to Emma. Emma drives baseline. Takes the shot. That falls a little bit too short. And this time the rebound belongs to Belleville West. Here is Terrell. She'll dump it off into the corner for Rook, and she'll fire a three-point shot. That one's a little too strong. And the rebound finds the hands of Katie Bardwell. Bardwell brings it across the line herself with 45 seconds left here in this third quarter. Now over to Jordan Gary. Gary on the far sideline. Inside now for Scheller. Scheller off the glass too hard, comes out the other side, and the rebound belongs to the Maroons. They bring it up. Here is Sparks all the way coast to coast, and good for two. And back to a 3-point lead here for Belleville West. 39-36. We're down to 20 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Jordan Gary. Into the corner, she's triple teamed. That means someone's open. That someone's Guerrero. 3-point shot won't fall. Rebound is on the ground, and it is picked up by the Belleville West Lady Maroons. They bring it up. Here is Sparks once again. Rolls across the rim. Jordan Gary on the ground with the rebound, and now a foul is going to be called against Mickens. She's called for the hold while Gary was on the ground with the ball. And Collinsville will get the ball back with 2.6 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. We'll see what they can do. Trailing by 3 are the Lady Kahawks. Bardwell will inbound. Lucy Montgomery checks into the game. Inbound pass due to be triggered here by Bardwell. And everybody's got a man-to-man defense here for Belleville West. Out to Montgomery. Montgomery will just hold on to the ball, and the buzzer will sound, and we'll go into the third quarter with Collinsville now trailing by 3, 39-36. And we'll take a break, come back and tell you all about quarter number 4. And that, head your way in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Back here at Belleville West High School. Todd Duke is my name. Glad you're with us. Fourth quarter action getting ready to head your way. History between these two teams is a lot of Belleville West. Kahawks are just 16-30 versus the Maroons over the last 22 years. 0-3 in the playoffs, so that's 16-33 against this team. From 2008 to 2015, Belleville West went 16-0 versus the Kahawks, including a 3-0 mark in the playoffs. Maroons knocked Collinsville out of the regional championship game 3 years in a row, 2013, 2014, and 2015. And the only playoff meetings between these two schools since the 99-2000 season were those 3 seasons. So it has been quite a while since these two teams have met in the playoffs, which will be coming your way here in about 3 weeks or so. Right now, Collinsville, they trail by 3 after being outscored 13-6 in that third quarter. So Collinsville had the 3-point lead. Belleville West had the 3-point lead. At the end of 1, Collinsville had a 4-point lead at the end of 2, and then Belleville West wrestles it back and gets a 3-point lead at the end of 3, and we have a whistle on the play. And it's going to go against Belleville West. This one is going to go against Jemiah Company. She now has 3. That matches the 3 that Mickens just picked up a moment ago. Collinsville making some player changes. Jordan Gary comes back into the game. Scheller is back in. Gilmore is back in with her 3 fouls. Here is Rabashitsky on the inbound. Gets it to Guerrero. And Guerrero on the far sideline. Gets a little bit of a screen from Scheller. Pulls up at the free throw line. Has the ball knocked out of her hands. And on the move, that is Terrell. And off the glass, good for 2. And Terrell extends her team's lead. Now it is a 7-point contest. Here is Rabashitsky. Gives it up to Guerrero. Guerrero to the free throw line for Scheller. On the outside now for Jordan Gary. Dribble drive back to Scheller. She lost control of the ball. Picked up by the Belleville West Maroons. And they bring it down. And 2 more points for Jalen Rook. And all of a sudden things have gotten away from Coach Colin Moore here and his team. And he's going to call a timeout because of it. We will take a timeout right along with him. And we're back after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Back here at Belleville West, Todd Duke, Craig Hall with you. 6:46 left to play here in quarter number 4. And Collinsville on the wrong end now of a 45-36 score. And things have just kind of went south here for the Kahawks since the beginning of this fourth quarter. We're only a minute 15 in. Here is Guerrero for Collinsville. Kahawks trying to right the ship. Down the line it goes. Bardwell on the sideline. Kicks it back out to Guerrero. Guerrero back out at midcourt. Dribbles with the left hand. Crossover, and then with that left hand, drives it all the way down and gets the ball knocked out of bounds. But we're going to have a foul called, and this one is going to go against Sparks. That'll be her first, and that'll send Guerrero to the free throw line, where she is 2 of 2 in this game. Got to have the free throws here late, that's for sure. Guerrero. Good. One more shot coming for the 5'5" sophomore, Ella Guerrero. And that one is no good. Company with the rebound for Belleville West. Here comes Sparks with the ball. She splits the defense, gets by another two, takes a shot underhand, no good, and then a rebound put back up by Company. That one's sky high, and Collinsville ends up with the next rebound. Here's Jordan Gary all the way down. That one's good for 2. Jordan Gary gets her first 2-point field goal of the night, and Collinsville has gotten this thing back to within 6. Into the corner, Rook for 3. That one's off the front of the rim and right down into the hands of Jenna Scheller. Collinsville brings it back up. Here is Bardwell. Bardwell crosses from one side to the other, now into the paint, dumps it off for Gilmore. Gilmore waits off the glass, can't get it to roll. Scheller gets the rebound, puts it back up and in, and the bucket and the bruise as well. Sparks picks up her second foul in a row. Collinsville is back to within 4, and Scheller at the free throw line is 2 of 3 tonight. Scheller. Good. Kahawks back to within 3. Here's Sparks over to Rook. Rook, one dribble, gives it back to Sparks. Sparks over this way now for Terrell. Terrell dribbles away from her own bench over into the corner for Rook. She dribbles and then kicks it back outside for Sparks. Sparks way out front. A bounce pass and then up to the free throw line for Company. Company will skirt the line, take the shot, and get it to fall. Company now with 14 points in this game. Here's Guerrero. Guerrero gets all the way up to Gary underneath the basket. Gilmore, one move, good for 2 more. Gilmore now with 8 points. Collinsville hanging right in there. 3-point deficit they have to make up, 5 minutes to do it. Here is Sparks. Over to Terrell, back to Company. Rook for 3 from right underneath our location. That one rattles home. And now a timeout going to be called by Clayton Fisher and his Belleville West Maroons. They lead 50-44. We take a break, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family-owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Back here at Belleville West High School, I'm Todd Duke. Peyton Plummer just bit the dust trying to jump over the gate because apparently the door's locked. I'll give the play-by-play of the Peyton Plummer escapades over here. Just found out the Kahok hockey team lost to Granite City tonight 5-2, so Collinsville will head into the playoffs on a 2-game losing streak as they lost to first place in the East, Freeburg-Waterloo, yesterday, and lost to first place in the West, Granite City, tonight. All-Star game will be coming up on Tuesday, 1 week from tonight. We'll have that game for you here on the Kahok Sports Network. And then the playoffs will be, I think, a few days after that. Once the schedule comes out, of course, I will post it on the old Facebook page. Now we're going to have a foul. This one might go against Company, against Jenna Scheller, and it will. And Company will pick up her 4th. No shooting foul, and that's just the 6th team foul. So one more for Belleville West, and Collinsville will be at the free throw line. Kahawks trail by 4. 50-44, they have the ball. Here's Guerrero. Guerrero dumps it off to Scheller. Scheller fights it off the glass. Gets her own rebound, and now another foul on the floor. That's going to be number 7, so Scheller will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. And that's going to be it for Jemiah Company. Company will foul out of this game. And Tequila Harris Mickens will check back in to take her place. Scheller at the free throw line, 3 of 4 tonight. First shot. No good, so there will not be another. That's a bummer. Need to start taking care of these free throws. Here is Rook, who just hit a big three-pointer. Back out front for Sparks. Over here for Terrell. That one's partially tipped, but Mickens stays tough. And Plumy with a three-point shot. That misses. And the rebound belongs to Talisha Gilmore. And Collinsville brings it back up. Here is Guerrero. Guerrero over on the far side of the court gives it up now for Bardwell. Bardwell dribbles with the right hand, moves into the perimeter, and from the baseline takes a low percentage shot. Rebound belongs to Belleville West. They bring it back up, and Plumy waits and kicks it outside for Terrell. We're halfway through this 4th quarter. Into the corner it goes for Sparks. Sparks right underneath our location, gets it back out front now for Terrell, and then back to Sparks, over to Mickens, into the corner, Plumy for 3, rattles but won't fall, rebound, foul, and nope, jump ball they're going to call. Possession arrow in favor of Collinsville. And another timeout coming our way. We will just keep it right here for this one. 3:39 left to play here in this 4th quarter. 50-44 in favor of Belleville West. Collinsville trying to pick up conference win number 4. They are 3-3. Belleville West trying to pick up conference win number 3. They are 2-4. Standings, by the way, Edwardsville, and as far as the Southwestern Conference is concerned, they are 6-0. They have a perfect mark. O'Fallon, 2 games behind them at 4-2. Then you have Collinsville at 3-3. Alton is at 3-1 right now, but they've missing a few games because they had to shut down their girls program because of COVID. East St. Louis, they have a 1-3 mark. The same thing happened to them in Belleville East. They're in the cellar at 0-6. So a slim chance for Collinsville or somebody to upset Edwardsville as far as the overtaking the standings are concerned. But with only 4 games left, that's a tough task. You're asking Edwardsville to kind of lose the rest of their games, Collinsville to win the rest of theirs, and that's a tough road to hoe there. Thursday, Collinsville is at East St. Louis. We'll have that game for you on the Kahok Sports Network. Tuesday, a week from tonight, they are at Edwardsville. We will not have that game for you. As I mentioned, we're going to be doing the Hockey All-Star game instead, but Edwardsville, they do live stream their games, so you can catch it I believe their channel is on YouTube as well. And then Collinsville will close out the season with 2 home games on the February 8th versus O'Fallon, as Plumy comes down after a steal and puts one in for another bucket. And now a whistle will follow coming back down the other end, and this one is going to be a foul against Plumy. That'll be her second. So Collinsville will close out the season at home February the 8th against O'Fallon and the 10th against Alton. The game against Alton will be senior night. We'll be there for that one, I believe. We will not be at the game on the 8th because the boys will be at O'Fallon on the same night. And with the advent of the new huddle camera in the gym, if both teams are playing and one's on the road, one's at home, I'll do the road game. Here's Jordan Gary. Because sometimes the road team doesn't have the capability to live stream, or if they do, you have to pay for it, and I'll give it to you for free. Speaking of free, how about a couple of free points there by Jordan Gary? Makes it 52-46. Collinsville still trails. 3:15 left to play, and there's a thrown away ball. That'll help. 12th turnover of the game for Belleville West as Jenna Scheller will make her way back into the game. Jenna has a couple of fouls, and she has a very robust 15 points, or excuse me, 17 points. Kahawks bring the ball up across the timeline. Here's Jordan Gary. She gets double teamed, gets the ball knocked out of her hands, and Sparks picks it up and takes it down, and now Jordan Gary's going to get called for a foul. That'll be her first, and it'll be the team's 4th. And the Kahawks trailing by 6. Have a couple of fouls to give. Inbound pass will come underneath the basket and knocked out of bounds by Gary. Another inbound attempt coming here from Terrell. Does so to Mickens, back to Terrell. She'll cut across the front of her bench. Brings it back out to midcourt. Dribbles, top of the key. She'll back it up once again. 2:50 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Here is Rook. She'll give it up to Sparks. Sparks on the wing for Mickens. Mickens over on the far side again for Rook. Rook gets it over this way now once again for Terrell. She'll eye a 3-point shot. That one misses the mark, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Belleville West. Collinsville will get it. Clayton Fisher has his hands on top of his head. He can't believe that that wasn't called against Collinsville. So a turnover for Belleville West. Emma Rabashitsky checks back into the game. Ricky Merlack to the bench. Collinsville trailing by 6. 2:37 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Here comes Jordan Gary. Across the line for Rabashitsky. Back over this way on a cross-court pass for Guerrero. Guerrero almost had that ball knocked away from her. She got it back. Baseline, trying to find Gilmore, and that ball is knocked out of bounds, and luckily for Collinsville, they'll keep it. 2:22 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Inbound pass coming from Guerrero. To Scheller at the free throw line. Now just outside, she'll kick it back out, and Ella works it back up inside, trying to feed it to Jenna Scheller, but she threw it away. And another turnover, and now we're going to have a blocking foul against Rabashitsky. And Terrell's basket will sink anyway, and she'll go to the line trying to turn 2 into 3. So Collinsville in a little bit more trouble now, trailing by 8 with 2:08 left to play. And Terrell at the free throw line for the first time tonight. 55.9 on the year from the charity stripe for young Miss Terrell. That one's going to be short. That's knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it's off of Gilmore. So, Collinsville, thinking they were going to get the ball back, are not. Inbound pass comes to Rook. Rook gives it up for Terrell. Terrell right at midcourt. Almost slipped down and fell. Gets the ball to Sparks. Sparks with 1:50 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Gets the ball back out to Rook. Over to Sparks in front of her bench, and now over to Terrell, and Gilmore just runs right into her. Yeah, she didn't mean to, but she couldn't stop. And that's the 4th foul on Talisha Gilmore. And Ricky Merlack, as well as Katie Bardwell, checking back into this game as Gilmore and Scheller go to the bench. 1:46 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Kahawks have played a pretty good game, but the fourth quarter is kind of, especially the last couple of minutes, kind of ranky. I don't know, making up words here. Bardwell picks up a foul. That will be her third. And to the free throw line is Terrell. She just missed her one and only shot from there just moments ago. And this time she makes it count. (55-46). Terrell trying to make it a 10-point lead. And she does. 56-46, Collinsville. They have a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it. 1:40 to be exact. Here is Jordan Gary, near sideline. Gets it out to Merlack. Merlack out at midcourt, brings it forward, dumps it off to Guerrero. Guerrero for three. That one goes right over the rim and out the other side, and it's picked up over there by Belleville West. And then Collinsville fouls. This one's going to go against Jordan Gary. That'll be her second, team eighth, so 1-and-1 time at the free throw line for Plumy. Plumy, good. She'll stay for a bonus. And now a timeout called by Clayton Fisher. It is a 30-second timeout, so we will step aside for that long exactly. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back at Belleville West High School again. Todd Duke, that's me. Got a tag team duo going on over here for our camera tonight. Peyton Plummer in the first half, Craig Hall here in the second half. We appreciate all their help at the free throw line. Plumy, one more shot coming her way. And that one's good as well. Now Coach Moore wants to call a timeout. Okay. We will keep it right here for this one. Since we just got back from the other one, we'll just go ahead and keep it right here. I mentioned at the outset that I do not know how long Clayton Fisher has been here. I think I figured that out at one time on another piece of paper a couple of years back, but the IHSA site has no coaches listed on the girls basketball page, with the exception of Larry Betts, the first head coach in program history. He was here from 75 to 99, 24 years, 402 wins, 203 losses, 11-time regional champs, 4-time sectional champs, and the only state appearance was in 1977-78. Made it all the way to the quarterfinals, did the Lady Maroons, but lost in those quarterfinals. Since then, 7 times regional champs since Betts left in 99, but no coaches are listed for any of those regional championships. And the last regional championship for Belleville West was in the 2014-2015 season. Told you the upcoming schedule for Collinsville. Next up for Belleville East. They don't play again until February 1st, and they have 5 games left on the season. Collinsville only has 4 left after tonight, and Belleville East still has one more non-conference matchup on their schedule as well. I believe they have to take on Civic Memorial, and that's a really good team. Here's Lucy Montgomery. We're back to action with 1:15 left to play here in the fourth. Up underneath, and a nice move by Reinhardt, but the ball wouldn't cooperate with her, and the rebound belongs to Belleville West. They bring it back up with 1 minute to go here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville trailing by 12. This game was a lot closer than that score indicates. Back and forth affair we had for a while. Each team changed leads at the end of each quarter, except that's not going to be the case here at the end of the fourth if this doesn't change and change quickly. And now we're for sure not going to get that to change. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor so Belleville West can bring in their bench players. And we'll try to figure out who all those are. Looks like we have Bailey Merritt out on the floor, as well as Mariah Norrie. Kennedy Williams is out there as well. Caroline Mathenia, she did some damage in that JV game. Every time I looked down on the floor, number 10 was scoring some points. Here's Collinsville. Reinhardt kicks it out for Carson Mode. Mode takes a shot, no good. And the whistle on the other end will bring it back over here anyway. I think Carson stepped out of bounds. 25 seconds left to go here in this one. Here comes the Maroons as both teams using their bench players, and there is the aforementioned number 10, Mathenia. And now a three-point shot. That misses the mark. And the rebound belongs to the Kahawks. Here is Lily Carlisle. Carlisle on the outside wing with 10 seconds left for number 10. She'll drive her way into the perimeter and throw it up underneath, and a foul coming up. And that'll send young Miss Reinhardt to the line. This is going to go against Barely Merritt. To the free throw line, it is Eliana Reinhardt. Reinhardt on the year from the free throw line is 3 of 6 on the varsity side. 4.7 seconds left. That's all we have, and Reinhardt misses the mark. So Collinsville will suffer a 2-game sweep here tonight. I'm not sure what happened with the freshman game. But JVers lost, and now the varsity team getting ready to catch a bus with somber faces. That's going to do it. 60-46. Thank you very much, Craig Hall and Miss Plummer, for operating the camera. We certainly do appreciate it. And the post-game show comes your way next, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. That is owned and operated by one Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible with high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road there in Collinsville. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. 60-46. Kahawks drop this one tonight to Belleville West, and we're back to wrap everything up in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network as Collinsville falls here tonight 60-46, and that snaps a 3-game winning streak for your Collinsville Lady Kahawks as varsity head coach and JV assistant coach Adam Blair joins us. Now let's begin with the JV girls. You guys lose 53-27. Rough start, man. You guys didn't get your first basket until there were like 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, but you came back and made it a tough game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a rough start. A lot of these girls haven't actually been playing together lately, with COVID reasons or injuries, things like that. So I think it took a while for them to find their mesh again. Turned around in the second quarter with an aggressive 1-2-2 defense that got us a lot of turnovers and breakaway layups that we were looking for. But I was glad to see it finally came back. But once again, week to week, sometimes I have different players, so it's kind of hard to kind of figure out what group's going to work well together with this and that. So.
Yeah, kind of mix and match during the COVID time here, and that translates over to the varsity game as well. No Megan Jansen tonight, and that hurts, man.
Absolutely. When you have a player like that that's able to create shots for other people, shots for Ella. Ella would be wide open, and Megan would be able to find that, but Megan wasn't here, so Ella having to handle the ball, which she did a phenomenal job as well. She did a great job handling the ball, but it takes away some opportunities for players and puts people in positions that maybe they aren't used to being in. And actually was really happy to see them all step up, too.
Yeah, then this is a 14-point loss, but it doesn't feel like a 14-point loss. We were talking about that while the commercials were playing, and I said that right before, I don't know, maybe about 90 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. It just didn't feel like you were losing by that much. You battled back. You were down by 3. You were up by 4. You're down by 3. You come back, and then things kind of got away in the end.
Yeah, like I said, we couldn't be happier with the way our girls battled tonight and not having their point guard. Everybody stepped up, and a lot of bench players hit shots. They made good defensive stops. And it was really good to see that no matter the circumstance, they really didn't give up throughout the entire game. So that was really happy to see. And that's what we told everybody as we pulled the starters off at the end. Keep your heads up. You guys played a hell of a game today.
Yeah. How I don't know the timeline here with Miss Jansen. How long is she out? She going to be back Thursday?
No, she will not be back Thursday. She's out this week, and I believe due to the COVID protocol, she's actually out next Tuesday against Edwardsville as well.
Oh, really?
So next week after that game, she should be back.
All right. Well, I got you guys on Thursday, so we'll see you at East St. Louis on Thursday.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That is Adam Blair, the assistant head coach for the varsity Kahawks and in charge of the JV squad. We thank him for his visit here on the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Let's wrap things up here with some numbers coming your way. Leading scorer in this one came on the losing side. That was Jenna Scheller. She knocked down 17 points. She was the only Lady Kahawk into double-digit figures tonight. Behind her was Talisha Gilmore's 8. Jordan Gary had 6, as well as Ella Guerrero. 4 points belonged to Katie Bardwell and 1 for Ricky Merlack. On the other side of the ledger, 3 Lady Maroons finished in double digits, led by Malia Sparks, her 16, followed by Jemiah Company with 14. She fouled out late in that fourth quarter. And Lamaya Terrell had 13 points. After that, it was 8 apiece, almost into double figures for Plumy and for Rook, and then 1 point for Mickens. The rest of the numbers look like this. Belleville West won the Battle of the Boards, out-rebounding Collinsville 30-25. Each team turned the ball over 13 times in this contest. And from the free throw lines, Collinsville went 11 of 19. Belleville West also hit 11, but they only took 14 shots from the free throw line. Collinsville hit 2 of 9 from beyond the three-point stripe. Both of those came in the first half, and Belleville West took a whopping 23 three-point shots in this game, and they made 7 of them. So Collinsville drops this one here tonight by a final score of 60-46. A big thank you to both the girls helping us out on the camera tonight, Peyton Plummer and Craig Hall. Big thank you to Coach Colin Moore joining us in the pregame show, and to Coach Adam Blair joining us here in the postgame show. We're back at you Thursday from East St. Louis, more girls basketball, as the Flyers host your Collinsville Lady Kahawks. And until then, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone, have yourselves a very nice rest of your evening.